Hi there, 8th grade. Lesson 47, graphing functions. Identifying functions, domain and range, graph step functions, and continuous functions on a coordinate plane. Use a function graph to determine whether it is continuous or whether it is a direct proportion. At this point, you can stop and do your power up. I'm going to keep moving on. What is a function? A function may be a description, an equation, a table, a graph. Alright, so we have a function machine here. We're dumping in some input, domain X. Our function, we're going to calculate it out, and then we're going to get our Y, which is our outputs, as you can see. A function produces one output for every input. So every one of those little marbles or whatever that's going into your function machine is an input. So for every one input, you're going to get one output. A function rule may be a description, an equation, a table, or a graph. Once again. Alright, the sign at the right describes a function rule that relates hours part to dollars charged. What is the domain of the function? Domain is going to be your X values. So that is going to be what you implement into this function to find it. So into an equation. So in this case, $1 for the first hour, $2 for each additional hour, or park there. So you can only have up to a maximum of $15. Lots open at 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. No overnight parking. Okay, so like I said, what is the domain? The domain is going to be what we put into this formula. So we know what we're charging every hour, right? The first hour is $1, $2 after that, and then it's all the way up to a maximum of 15. What is the one thing that I keep bringing up every time that I talk about that? How many hours, right? Well, that's going to be my domain. That's my X value. That's what I got to input in here to find out how many hours I actually have. So what is the domain of the function? The domain is the number of hours you park. Alright, what is the range of the function? Well, range of the function is going to be what you put. You're going to put in your X, you're going to times it by these rates, and then you're going to find out that that is going to be the number of hours, or the amount you pay. What is the range of the function? It's going to be the amount you pay. Alright. So, now, we haven't created a graph or anything at this point. Okay? So, once again, the maximum you can be there is for 15 hours. Or $15. So, basically what that is saying, the most that you will pay is $15. Okay. So, we're going to graph that. Okay, at 6 a.m., which is going to be hour 1, we would get charged $1. Okay? So this is dollars time. Alright, at 7 a.m., it's going to be hour 2, we're going to pay 3. At hour 3, we're going to pay 5. At hour 4, we're going to pay 7. So, we can park here from about 0 minutes up to 1 hour. Okay, this one, we can start here all the way up to this point of 2 hours is going to cost me $3. At this point, we're going to go from hour 2 to 3, and if I leave any time between that, I have to pay the rate of $5. From here, from anything over 3 hours, I'm going to have to pay $7 until I get to 4. Then I'm going to get to 9 up here, which is going to be after 5 hours. And that is going to be anywhere from here to 5 hours is going to have to be. And then we have 11, which is going to be after 6 hours. We have a chart like this. Now, the nice part about this chart, our chart, even if I spend 30 minutes here, I still have to pay $1, right? Makes sense, right? Actually, this should be up here. Yep, and that's open. The reason I'm putting an open circle here is that if I don't spend any time there, do I have to pay? No. If I have never parked, I'm not going to have to pay the parking deal. Here, at 1 minute or 1 hour exactly, I'm not going to have to pay this $3. I'm still at that point until it goes a tick over, then we're over. Okay, and so on. And we're going to keep doing it. That was 11, 13, this is 8, okay, and anything above that is going to be $15, which means, all right, this would be 7. We got to go all the way throughout the day. So we're looking at 6. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 16 hours, I believe. So, you can have a max of $15 is all you're going to pay for the most all day. So over here is 16. That would be my last one. Because for all that time after that, I'm only going to have to pay $15. That would be the graph on that. Alright, so on this one, consider the function P equals 4S. What is the domain? The domain would be my x value, which in this case is S. So what is the domain of this? Well, like I said, what's replacing my x? Well, that is S, which would be like a side length. So, any value that S represents. Okay? What is my range? Any value that represents, or that P represents. Okay, create a table for some function pairs. Graph them. Okay, so I'm going to put my S's here. This part 3. My S, my P. If I put in 0 for my S, I'm going to get 0. I plug in 1 for it, I'm going to get 4. I plug in 2 for S, I'm going to get 8. Okay? You're going to notice about this one, it is a linear. And you have that. Okay. And online auctions charges 30 cents a listing fee plus $6 or 6% of the selling price for the item up to $25. The total service charge is C is a function of the selling price P of an item. C equals 0.3 plus 0.06p. Use a calculator to generate a table of values for the selling price and service charge. Graph the function on an axis like book. Okay. Well, let me get this out of your way so you can see. This is the formula we're using here. Okay? Realistically, what's really nice about these, so I might not actually graph this one, is you just have to create the table and then you just plug in your X and Y's. Okay? My P is going to be my X values. My C is going to be my Y values. If I put in 0 for P, I'm going to be left with 30 cents. Okay, if I plug in 1, I'm going to get 36 cents. If I plug in 2, I'm going to get 42 cents. If I plug in 3, I'm going to get 48 cents. And so on. And you can keep going. And then you would graph that one. Do your practice set. There's your homework.